It's a Manchu. Welcome to Minecraft Bedrock versus Java, where I play through both versions of the game and compare them. I am now back in my Java world, and last I left off, I had just gone through the Nether 1,000 blocks north and come out into the overworld 8,000 blocks from my base, and I found myself in a cave under an ocean. I was really hoping to try and explore the surface and find a mangrove swamp, but I'm in a cave under an ocean. Looking around this area, I tore down the portal because I ultimately am going to want the portal back someplace other than here. I do see some railroad tracks there, so there's a mine shaft down there. I don't see that much else of interest in this little cave that I ended up in. I'd kind of like to make my way to the surface, if I could. I can try exploring these caves and seeing if they lead me closer to the surface. Right now it's not looking like it. Actually, there's water above me. I can see it dripping through there. I'm pretty low down though. I'm at Y16. I wonder how deep the ocean could be. Huh. Is this just another aquifer, or does this lead up to the surface? Probably just another aquifer. And this is kind of a dangerous place to be. I do have respiration on my helmet, so I can make it at least a little while without drowning. And I apologize, I know it's really dark here. Hang on. There's more water. This might actually lead to the surface. There we go! That was a lot less difficult to get to the surface than I feared it would be. And now I'm on the surface, and it's in the middle of the night. There's a jungle off there in the distance. And is that... do my eyes deceive me, or is that a mangrove swamp over there? It might actually be. I just have one small issue. I need to put the portal back to my home base right in this area. So I'm going to have to build a platform around here somewhere. Okay, put kelp going all to the surface. Now I can place a solid block on top of the kelp. Okay, now let's see if this links up back to home base. Perfect. Okay, good. So now I have a way back. Now it says portal to hub. Good. It's a very nice feature of Java Edition that kind of wish was in Bedrock Edition as well, that I can use banners and rename them in an anvil and use the map on them to put markers on the map that are labeled. Really cool feature. Now I can start exploring, and since I have Elytra, I'll make this exploration a little easier. Let's see what's over here. I thought maybe I saw a mangrove swamp over here. It looks like, yeah, it's just jungle. I'll keep looking around. Now, as I discussed before, I'm using the same seed in my Bedrock world and my Java world, so biomes are going to be the same between the two versions. Structures won't. I will not find ocean monuments in the same place. I don't know if that's going to apply to ancient cities. That's a new kind of structure in the Wild update. Will they be in different places in Bedrock and in Java? I assume so, but I guess I'll find out eventually. There's another ocean monument. 2 of those so far. Yeah, no luck with the first map area. Maybe I could try past that jungle. Biomes of similar climate temperature tend to be clustered together. So that's like a birch forest. That's going to be a cooler climate. That's more birch. The jungle might be a warmer climate, so I might try that direction to look for a mangrove swamp. That could be a microbiome for savanna. No, there's definitely savanna trees here. A mangrove swamp should be a warmer climate, and so is a savanna. So I want to look for that kind of warmer climate to try and find a mangrove swamp. Lily pads. This is a swamp biome right here. This is not a mangrove swamp. This is just a swamp. Well, that's cool, but I was hoping to find a mangrove swamp. Kind of want to find a mangrove swamp. This is not that. Maybe if I'm lucky, I might find one of the new mobs in the wild update. I might find a frog. But this is kind of interesting over here. I just noticed this. This is a ship. It's a shipwreck that's buried in the sand. That's cool. Wait a minute. There it is. That's it. Okay, I found one. All right, I just have the problem of it's in the middle of the night and it's raining. I need to get somewhere safe, and then I can investigate that. It's pretty easy to see from the air because of all the mud blocks. It's a very different color. A regular swamp would have more grass, but yeah, there it is. And the magnificent mangrove trees. They look pretty impressive. There's also naturally occurring moss carpet here. Put my marker there. Mangrove swamp. Nice. So the path to my nether hub is at about 1,000 blocks south of here. I may want to make another portal to give me a shortcut directly to this swamp. I can collect some of these roots. I was wondering if there were any muddy roots in here. I don't see any. Oh, there's one right there. How do I mine that? I don't know if the pick or the axe is more efficient. Shovel. Okay. So the regular roots I mine with an axe. Muddy roots with a shovel. I guess they're more mud than root. Cool. Mangrove trees are really interesting. They're so unlike any other Minecraft tree, in that they kind of legitimately look like a tree. And these leaf blocks do not actually drop saplings if I break them with fortune. So I might as well use shears on them and collect the blocks themselves, because the only thing I can get by breaking them is twigs. What they do end up giving me is these mangrove propagule. And this is the thing that I can grow more mangrove trees from. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any bone meal with me. I'll try to remember that when I do this in Bedrock Edition. Bring some bone meal so that I could actually grow more of these. The mangrove wood is a nice reddish color. But seeing as this tree is so irregular shaped, it's gonna be a real bear to actually try to harvest this stuff. Now it looks like I've managed to collect some mangrove leaves, mangrove roots, and muddy mangrove roots. Those are easy enough to make. I can just combine mangrove roots with mud and make those. Let's see. Grab a couple of mud here. I combine the mud and mangrove roots. Make muddy mangrove roots. That's easy enough. These things are kind of a monster to try and harvest. I think I might want to see. I'm kind of leaving some hanging plants here because it's just I'm not familiar with how these are made up. And I don't know the best way to attack them. I think I should take the propagules I have back to my home base and try to grow these in a more controlled conditions. I will say that this mangrove swamp is dense. It's going to be difficult to navigate in here. I was kind of hoping that I might find frogs in this area as well, but I'm not sure I fully understand their spawning conditions and what kind of biomes and conditions you'll find them in. I'll have to look into that, assuming I don't find any frogs right away. I'll just make a quick note of these coordinates, and then I think I'll go into my Bedrock world and maybe adjust the portal to a location that's going to put me right in this spot. And I may relink the portal in Java Edition as well. And now I'm in my Bedrock world, and before I go out to that area where I know the Mangrove Swamp is, there's a few things I want to get ready. One of which is a diamond hoe with silk touch. So let me get out some diamonds, and I guess I'm going to have to break up one of these netherite blocks. That's all from making that nether hub. I have a netherite hoe with Fortune 3, but for collecting those leaf blocks from the mangrove trees, I think it would be nice to have a silk touch netherite hoe. I could use shears, but yeah, shears don't have very good durability. Certainly I have no shortage of iron to make more shears. I just think it'd be convenient to have a netherite hoe. An interesting aspect of netherite is I can enchant it more easily than I can diamond. I can get better enchantments on a netherite hoe than on a diamond hoe. Just get a mending book from you. I think I'm missing one of those. Let's see what kind of enchantments I can get on it, but I need it to have silk touch. And breaking 3, that would be good. And breaking 3, efficiency 4. That's good enough because I think I have books that'll give me the rest of the enchantments I need. If I add silk touch, efficiency 4, and mending to this with on breaking 3 and efficiency 4, that will give me everything I need. On breaking, silk touch, efficiency 5, mending. Perfect. And a nice feature of Bedrock Edition that Java Edition doesn't have. When I select a tool or a weapon in my hotbar, it shows me what enchantments it has on it, so I don't actually have to name it anything special. As soon as I equip it, I know this is a silk touch hoe. Nothing else I can think of that I need offhand. So let's just go. If I made the portal here, I'd come out about where I came out in the Java Edition world, which would be underneath an ocean. But since I've already explored in the Java Edition world, and I found a mangrove swamp, I have those coordinates. I know that the mangrove swamp is at minus 663, minus 8898. If I divide those coordinates by 8, I get minus 83, minus 1112. So I'll just dig to those coordinates and make the portal there. It should put me right out at the mangrove swamp. That spot, that's where I build the portal. Okay. Now ultimately, I'm going to want to blast out that tunnel with TNT and then make a proper road with ice so I can, ride a boat here and get here nice and quick. But for now, I just want to get to that mangrove swamp. Hopefully, and I'm at Y11 here, if there's a cave under that mangrove swamp, I might end up there. But let's hope I end up on the surface. Okay. Well, guess what? I'm in an interesting predicament. Not only am I underground, I'm in a, I'm at minus 122. Oh, great. I'm in a mine shaft, and there are spider spawners. There's like 2 cave spider spawners right on top of each other. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, poison hurts. The poison hurts. This is quite an interesting location to come out at. Holy cow. I was not expecting to come out in such an interesting spot. There are a lot of hostile mobs out here, though. I've got to get up. Something I didn't notice before. In Bedrock Edition, when I break a portal like that, there's no special noise it makes. In Java Edition, when I break a portal, it makes like a glass breaking noise. Well, having two spawners so close to each other, that's something you don't see every day, and it'd be quite useful to make a farm out of it. I'm kind of at a stage in the game now, though, where I don't really need it, but wow, that's pretty cool. I hear footsteps around. There's a creeper around here somewhere, and it's really disturbing me. I gotta get out of here. There it is! Found it. Whew. I was even too flustered to say, Creeper! I have got to get out of here. Now to tunnel straight up, what I'm doing here, I know it's a little dark and I apologize for that, but I'm going to place this end rod, a torch will work just as well, at my feet while I dig straight up, so that if I dig into gravel and it falls down, it's going to hit that end rod and break, thus preventing me from suffocating. Huh. Well, so much for that theory. I guess that doesn't work. Unfortunately, I have a shovel equipped, so it's still working out, but I have to remember that. I thought for sure that the gravel would break on an end rod. It didn't. It totally didn't. I'm getting there. That's dirt. And sand. That's promising. Although it still seems like I'm pretty low. Because the surface should be at Y63. Ah. I got into the water. Okay. And there's a mangrove swamp. My gosh. That didn't quite work out as well as I'd hoped it would. Oh, look at that. There's a frog. Now, there's 3 different types of frogs depending on the biome. I'm assuming this is a warm weather biome frog. Frogs will eat slime balls, and in fact, I can breed them with those. Let me get some slime balls. I happen to keep my slime balls in my chest full of redstone stuff because that's mostly what I use it for. I have a few leads as well. Excellent. The frog should walk toward me while I'm holding this slime ball. If I could find another frog, I could try to breed them. Let me see if I can get this guy to follow me back to my little starting base of operations here. Should be able to put a lead on it and tie it to this post. There we go. Let's see if I can find a friend of yours. I couldn't get a frog to show up in Java Edition. I hope that I can find one eventually there. I also kind of hope that the frog doesn't wander into the portal. Speaking of which, now that I built this portal at the proper coordinates, let's see if it links back down to the portal I made already. It'd be good to confirm that. Yes. Yes, it does. And now I go back through. I destroyed the portal down low at Y-22, so it should hopefully put me back on the surface. And it does. Good. Okay. So those portals are linked. That's good. I'll just have to bear in mind that directly beneath me there is, way down at my Y-22, a mine shaft with 2 cave spider spawners, like, right close next to each other. Now let's start harvesting some of these. Wow, that's interesting. In Java Edition, I could insta-mine the mangrove tree roots. At least with the netherite efficiency 5 axe that I had. Here, I'm not insta-mining these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually not an intended parity difference. This is a bug. I should be able to mine mangrove tree roots with an axe as the preferred tool. But I think that's a bug. That hopefully will get patched at some point, because that's painful. That's painful. Especially after I just got back from Java Edition in a mangrove swamp where I could insta-mine that stuff with the axe. That's gonna stink. Because I want a lot of this root. One thing I don't think I made clear about how propagules work, you don't get them by breaking leaf blocks of the tree type like you normally would for any other kind of tree. But when a mangrove tree grows up, it grows up with some of those propagules, like one right there, hanging from the bottom of the leaf blocks. You can also take a leaf block and use bone meal on it, and it will grow a propagule, which then you can then use bone meal to get it to full maturity. Then I can break that off and plant it to grow another mangrove tree. I can't plant it there. I can plant it on mud, though. Clearly, I can plant it on mud and grow it there. And some of these mangrove trees are really big, as you can see. But that means I don't even need to collect a lot of these mangrove propagules, as long as I collect some of the leaf blocks and have some bone meal. Oh, man, I want these tree roots. I want them, but they're going to be painful to mine in Bedrock Edition. That really sucks. That is most unfortunate. Muddy mangrove roots is the same thing. I should be able to mine it with a preferred tool of a shovel. And it ain't working. Oh boy, that's not good. That's gonna be a pain. That's gonna be a royal pain. Oh, I hate it. Fix this, Mojang, please. I'm just curious, what happens if I break one that's not mature? Oh, it's interesting. I still get a mangrove propagule from breaking an immature propagule off the leaf block. Oh, look at that. There's a slime over there. Let's see if I can lure the slime over here. Come here, guy. This is a medium-sized one, so it can hurt me. The smallest slime cubes cannot actually cause you harm. They'll still try to attack you, but they do no damage. This frog over here naturally eats these guys, but only the small size. I don't think they eat the medium ones. You just kind of ignore it. And break it down to the little guys. And the frog should eat them. Wow, and it actually has quite the appetite there. They ate 2 in a row. And drops a slime ball when it eats them. Cool. I wish I could find another frog somewhere I could breed these guys. Like I say, I wandered around the Java Edition mangrove swamp for quite a bit and didn't find any. I'm kind of lucky to have found one at all. Oh, I see another frog. I see a couple more frogs. Hey, hey, hey. Just had to hang out here long enough. Let's see if I can get these 2 frogs to come over this way. If I can lead them over close to water. The way frogs breed is a lot... Well, it's similar to the way turtles breed. Pretty much any other passive mob that you breed, you just feed them both and they'll put their noses against each other and hearts will appear, and then a new baby version of the mob will appear. But in the case of turtles, if you feed them kelp, they'll get together and hearts will appear, and then one of them will be pregnant and it'll go somewhere to lay eggs, like on sand. In the case of the frogs, they're going to go over and one of them will lay their spawn in a nearby water source. Now, these eggs here, I cannot pick them up. There's no way to collect them. I just have to wait for them to hatch. I think while I'm waiting, I might want to contain this area a little bit, so when the tadpoles hatch, they're not going to go off into the ocean where I can't find them. Okay, well, the tadpoles hatched. Unfortunately, there's a group of them that hatches, and unfortunately, they just kind of exploded all over the place. They were not properly contained. But I can pick them up in buckets. There's... One of them died. The other 3 seem to have wandered off. I think they spawn in groups of 2 to 5. Looks kind of cute in the bucket. I need to make some more buckets, though. I'm not sure exactly how long that took. Maybe 10 minutes? maybe less, I don't know. I also noticed, you know, the frogs are amphibians and they seem to have no trouble hanging out in the water. It's not like they're going to drown. If I just let the tadpoles run free, eventually they would grow up to full-size frogs. And the type of frogs that I'm going to get depends on the biome in which they grow up to full-size frogs. That means that by collecting these tadpoles in buckets and taking them to a different climate biome, I can get the different kinds of frogs. And like I said, unfortunately there's no way to pick up the eggs themselves. In fact, by putting some water source upon it, on top of it, I broke it and destroyed the eggs. So they are a little bit delicate. I can't like jump on them and damage them that way. If I tried to mine them with some tool, they'd just be destroyed, even if I hit Silk Touch. Wow, they really shoot, like, they explode all over the place. I thought I could contain them in this way, but it didn't really work out very well, because when they hatch, they just explode everywhere. Let's go see if I can go swimming and catch those other ones. Alright, now that I've collected some materials from this mangrove swamp, and it didn't take long because each time the frog lays eggs, it hatches multiple tadpoles. I got a bunch of tadpoles now. I'm going to try and get these tadpoles to grow up in some different biomes to get the different kinds of frogs besides this kind. I think that's the warm climate version. There should be a cold climate version and a temperate climate version. Let's take these to some other places to hatch them. Now I got back to my woodland mansion and made this little habitat here. I was wondering if I could... I don't seem to be growing anything there. Oh well. I had a few propagules for decoration. That should be an acceptable frog habitat. Let's drop some tadpoles in here. Since the woodland mansion is in a dark forest biome, that should count as a temperate biome, so these guys should grow up as the temperate version of the frog. Let's see if I can speed this process along by feeding these guys slime balls. I think they'll eat that. And that should let them grow faster. I'm reluctant to use too much of this stuff, though, because I don't have a slime farm, so... There we go. And now I have the full-grown version of the temperate climate frog. I gave it some lily pads thinking it might like to jump up and down on those. It looks like it does prefer to hang out on lily pads. It's pretty cool. And I'll be patient and wait for the other ones to grow up because I just don't have that much slime. I don't want to use it all up. Now I just need the cold biome version of this frog. Okay, and here I am in a cold biome. Probably not one you were thinking of when you were thinking cold biome. Yes, I'm in the end, and the end is a cold biome where water can exist, so I can absolutely hatch tadpoles in the end. And there we go. The third type of frog. One that's grown up in a cold biome. Like the end. Because the end is a cold biome. Now I've managed to breed frogs and grow them up in every biome. Warm, cold, and temperate. This is a kind of a cool new mob. I kind of like them. And they have one other use. Not only can frogs eat slime cubes, that's their primary thing that they eat, they also can eat magma cubes, small magma cubes. And when they do, they then spit out frog lights, and frog lights are something I'm really interested in. I want to be able to make a farm to produce lots of frog lights. That's something I'm going to do next time, because it's going to be kind of involved to build and get the frogs in position. But if you made it this far in this video, you probably like what you saw, so click on the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And next time I will dedicate to making a frog light farm with these frogs that I've bred up in the 3 different biomes. Anaman chooses Minecraft, Java vs. Bedrock.